Alright, so here's the f of x again. We need f of 3/8. So let's see what we get here. So let's try to be a little efficient about this. I'm going to be cubing the 8 on the bottom. It's going to cancel one of the 8's on the top. So I'm going to get a 27 over 64 for that one. I'm going to have negative 6/16 plus 13/16. That gives me 7/16. So it's going to be 21/16 out of that. Once again, this is going to give me 7/16. There's a 4 in there I can take out, so it's going to give me a minus 63 over 32. Oops, I forgot that this was squared. So this isn't right. It's going to be 7/16 squared. So it's going to give me 49 over 256. So let's see. It's going to be 120, and 27 is 147 over 256. So we need a common denominator of 256. So that's 4. I got to multiply by 4 here on the bottom to get 256. So it's going to be 80 plus 28 gives me 108 plus 147. Oops, minus. I'm going to have to multiply him by 8. So 8 times 60 is 480. 8 times 3 is 24. So it's minus 504. So that's 255 minus 504. So 250 would get me there, 1 over, so it's minus 249 over 256. So that's what's going on here. Alright, so that's the last of the things to check. Now, we need to find the biggest number up here and the smallest number up here. Well, the smallest number up here is definitely this. So that's going to be our minimum. So this is our minimum. And that happens when x is equal to 3/8. And to figure out what the y is, I can plug the y back into the formula. So I guess I'll write this down here. So the minimum is negative 249 over 256. This is when x is equal to 3/8. And remember, we're on this boundary curve, so y is equal to negative x plus 13/16, which is 7/16. So that's the minimum. Now what we have to do is get in here and figure out which of those two things is bigger. Okay, so it's the bitter end of the problem here. We know this is the absolute minimum. Now we have these two numbers. This number came from x is 0, y is 13/16. So we'll do that. F of 0, 13/16 was 3 times this thing. 13 squared is 169. 169 times 3, well, it'll be 300. 3 times 60 is 180. And 3 times 9 is 27. It's 507. And over 16 squared, which is 256. And then f of 13/16 comma 0 was this guy. Alright, so you have to be a little careful here because even though we're cubing this 13, we're also cubing that 16. So we'll try to be as efficient as we can with this. I'll take a 16th out and make that a half to cancel the 8. So I get 13 squared over, 13 cubed over 16 squared, 256. So all I did is just take one of these 16ths, cancel it with the 8. I'm going to have a denominator here of 512. Now I need 13 cubed. Well, 13 squared is 256. 13 squared is 169. So I need 169 times 13. So 169 times 10 is 1690. And 169 times 3, well, that's going to give me 300 plus 180 plus 27. So it gives me 17, 19, carry the 1. That's going to give me 11, 2, 2197 over 512. Now this is roughly 2, and this is roughly 4. So that means he's the winner, and this is the absolute max. So we would have the absolute max is 2,197 512ths at the value 13/16 0. That'll do it for part C, and that'll do it for quiz 11.